if your clients can't find answers to your questions and are not very open to reply? They are not feeling comfortable. Sometimes questions are not simply meant to be answered, but there are certain expressive therapies like drawing, art, which can help clients externalize their emotions beautifully. A client of any age, adolescent, adult, children for that matter, they can externalize their emotions and also identify their pain point, their stress, only and simply by expressing it through art or dance. In this video, I will be sharing 5 art-based tools which will help your client to share and draw their pain easily without any difficulty. And mind you, you need not to be an artist to do this therapeutic activity. All you need to is understand these 5 simple tools. Hi everyone, I'm Dr.Aanchal, founder of Therapy Trailblazer Academy, in which I help clients become confident, ethical, and client ready. So, art based activities can invite your clients to communicate, reflect, and share their emotions without any judgment. Instead of asking your client what is wrong, tell me more about it, you can tell your client, can you draw it in the form of a shape, color, or anything which is helping you to reflect your emotions? And don't judge or interpret their artwork. Don't disturb during their artwork, rather than tell them to interpret their artwork, beautiful artwork, which but what it means to them, what it means to class, but to the client. Don't explore much on your side. Let the client tell more about it. Sometimes unconsciously we see, oh, this is a red color. This there might be a lot of pain. Don't do that as a therapist. Don't do this mistake. Tell your client. Ask your client what this color represents to you, what this shape represents to you, what is this drawing decide from you, what emotion you are feeling. Let me share tool number 1, which is emotion drawing. What is emotion drawing? Activity. Ask your client, what if your emotion was a picture? What picture it would be? What will you draw? Give them 3 to 5 minutes to draw, and don't interpret and don't disturb. Remember, there is no requirement to draw a person or an object or an image or a picture. A client might ask you, ma'am, can I draw a person? You have to simply say yes. It's all up to you. And once their drawing is complete, ask certain questions. What this image represents to you? Is there any deep emotion which is more important to you? Any part which feels more important and relevant to you? Any part which is not important? Has anything surprised you while drawing this? While you were drawing this, were there any emotions that were coming up on the surface? By drawing, they are becoming reflective, aware of their emotions or not. It is totally up to the client. All we are doing is on a sitting back seat and just observing and understanding their emotions. So it is useful for exploring emotional awareness, for internal conflict, for difficult when a client is finding it difficult to verbalize experience, and also what is the emotional intensity they are going through. So emotional drawing tool is very important. Sometimes we will also tell, if your emotion was a weather, can you please draw it? What kind of weather it is? Tool number 2 is draw your stress. So sometimes when clients find it difficult to identify what stress means and where it is stored in their body, you can tell simply to your client, can you please draw a stress wherever can you please draw a body and where in which part of your body do you feel this stress particularly? And give them again some few time minutes to draw. Once they are done, and it can be some simply lines, it can be scribbles, it can be shape, it can be anything, but it needs to represent stress in the body. So once they're done, just ask simple questions. What is the intensity of stress you feel inside the body? Do you also notice that while you were drawing, what is that represents you? Which part feels heavy? And this stress, if you can manage one thing, if you could change one thing about this picture, what would you change? So the important transition to understand is, while a client is drawing this, the artwork, they're also exploring the tendency, the possibility to change it. And sometimes client is not aware that their body parts are also getting affected because of stress. But once they're drawing it, they're also getting aware, oh yes, my heart is feeling heavy, my shoulders are hurt. So this is a very important activity, and this activity most of my students do it with their clients. And if you also want to be one of the students in my community, I'm sharing the VIP group link with all of you. You can join that link and come and explore a lot of different activities we do with our clients. Most of my students are seeing the clients while studying and also exploring and learning new techniques like art therapy, which is one of them. Moving on to tool number 3, which is a safe place drawing. Sometimes it is very easy for a client to identify and visualize a safe place. But when it comes to in a stress, in a high emotional intensity, they forget to come to that particular safe space. So always ask your client to create an image which they want to feel, the place where they feel peaceful, where they feel that okay, the stress does not matter to me right now. My emotions will be very calm when I think of that place. It can be around the beach. It can be, you don't have to give any prompt. You just leave it up to the client. I have seen beautiful, wonderful scenes coming up from the client. Again, I want to remind you, about it is not about getting a beautiful scenery or a beautiful artwork. It is all about what client is expressing through the art. It could be a room, it could be a beach, it could be a cafe, it could be a concert. It can be any safe place which they wish to be when their emotions are too much high and the intensity is too much high. Maybe anger is high, maybe the grief is high. So that is a safe place drawing. And in the end, you can always ask, what makes this place feel safe? Why do you feel this is safe? What makes it safe for you? What are the emotions do you feel when you are in this particular space? And what do you experience in your body along with the feeling and the emotions when you are here? Also, you can also ask, are you with someone in this safe place or are you alone? Or do you want to be with someone when you are in this safe place? Right? So this can be a work around to create a support, regulation of emotions, and also when the emotions are too high and the emotional needs of a client is too high, help the client to create that emotional safe safe space picture for them. They can also do in alternative and or visualization as well. Right. Moving on to tool number 4, which is before and after. So this is simply to explore the things or an event or the change. What change client felt, what change that client happened, good or bad. So create two spaces on a page, left and right. It can be drawn in a middle line can be drawn. So one side it has to be a before, draw or represent how things feel right now, and then on the right side, which is after, you need to tell them, now create an image of how you would like things to feel, how they want it in the future, right? And then ask, when you were drawing both the pictures, what changed? What is that thought, that perspective that changed? What's the missing from the first picture and is added in the second picture? That is the change you need to understand. Then what is that one small step that a client needs to take towards creating a second picture? This is how we are shifting the perspective of a client. Sometimes maybe a client is feeling disheartened, overwhelmed, and not able to find a solution for very simple problems or a complicated problem. But when a client comes to a right side and started drawing what the image, that what they visualize, what they want, and actually they want to see after the session or after the problem is gone, then they bring lot of information that okay, to get this, I have to do this. So this is simply a shift of perspective and also make them understand, okay, right now you stand here, but you will be able to achieve this after image, right? So very important. If we are taking a client towards resources, towards goal, this is important, right? Now, last tool, strength shield. And strength shield means one of the favorite. This is something which a client find it very helpful and powerful and favorite for most of my clients who are very self-critical. They are very judgy and they sabotage themselves a lot. Four things you have to do. Tell your client to divide your page into four sections, four quadrants. In one quadrant, a client write something I have survived. These are the strengths we are focusing on the client. Very major events that client survived. Second quadrant, they can write something they are good at. In third quadrant, you need to write someone who supported them. And the fourth quadrant, they should write a quality they want to inbuild, want to strengthen in themselves. In those quadrants, these are the headings. They want to draw, they want to write, they want to scribble. It's all up to them. Mostly I have seen people writing. Some of time I have seen people drawing as well as writing the characters in front of it. So they can decorate it if they want, they can write it, they can do it in their own unique way. If this will help clients to come from self-critical mode to a strengthening mode, to someone who's very much empowered after doing this activity. And they can do it in the homework as well whenever they feel low, whenever they feel they are criticizing themselves a lot. So this is the homework activity. They can also do it in addition to that you are doing it inside the therapy group. Now, how to process the artwork? See, we need to understand the real therapeutic work is it is not about the client drawing it. It is all about the reflection from the art, from where the therapy begins. What comes from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind of the client. What client is reflecting while doing. What that client noticed. At the same time, what are we noticed? So there are simple sequence. Let me share a simple sequence here on the screen with you. First is notice. What do you notice? Meaning, what does this represent for you? I mean, you need to reflect this activity for the client. What do they notice? What do you notice? What this drawing, this artwork represent for you? What are you feeling as you look at it? And what are you learning about yourself? And simply lastly, what action would you like to take differently? So, create, explore, reflect within, and how you can going to integrate the action, right? Let me share 5 mistakes as a beginner, budding psychologist, to not to do it, please avoid is first, don't judge the artwork. Don't do it at all. Don't interpret the colors or symbols for the client. Let the client do that work. You don't do it. Like I said, it is the client's reflection. It's not your understanding. Okay. Then don't force the creativity. Tell, oh, you can draw this. You can also draw this. Why did you do this? Don't push the client. Tell them, oh, time is happening. Just do it. Just do it fast. Don't do that. Don't forget processing for the client. Then let the client also process. Let the client also reflect what they are drawing. And don't use any activity without purpose. Like, okay, let's just draw. We have to have every activity with a purpose, backed up by what reflection I need to take. Let me share my secret, uh, my successful client, which example which I always give to my students. There was a girl, 8 year old. 2 years I have been working with her. Never came up with any kind of uneasiness she felt. One day during a Dashera occasion, I told her to let's draw a Ravan and let's name this Ravan. She named the Ravan. She gave the character to a Ravan, and then on exploration, when I asked who this character is, and she came up with a lot of suppressed emotions she have been carrying for many years. That is the wonderful work which when the children are not able to speak, when the adults are not able to speak, when adolescents they feel so timid that they are unable to come up with the emotions. This is how the artwork therapy works wonders, right? So this is very important to be crucial, to be ethical, to not to repeat the mistake, and to be present with the client at the same time, right? So don't judge them, don't judge the artwork, don't force the artwork. So and also don't interpret it in your own form. If you're a psychology student, you like this video, share it with your friends, and do subscribe this channel for more such therapy videos.